Yeah, we don't want to talk about that. We're gonna get through this.
The IRS, and they're coming for Floyd Money Mayweather. In this video, I'm gonna break down the latest report.
Today, to report to you that I'm incredibly disappointed in one of my all-time favorite fighters, my brother, Floyd Money Mayweather.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to Boxing Insider. You know, they say the two things you can't escape in life are death and taxes. And right now, Floyd Money Mayweather is finding that out the hard way. So let's get into it.
If anybody know about business, you don't keep that type of money in just regular account. So I had to wire the money from somewhere. Okay. So I wired the money to the account, and when I wired it to the account, I went straight to the bank. I go to the bank myself to make sure shit get done. Because the thing is that I can't make all the money unless somebody else do all the dictating and do all the controlling.
On March 26, 2024, the IRS filed a federal tax lien against Floyd Mayweather in Las Vegas. The amount, a whopping $7.3 million in unpaid taxes from 2018 and 2023. This became public knowledge on April 9th, and since then, the boxing world has been going crazy. When the IRS files a lien, it means the government can legally grab your property until you pay up. We're talking about his Las Vegas real estate, potentially his cars, anything he owns there. His lawyer was asked about it and simply said, no comment.
Floyd Mayweather is in a breach. He is officially in a breach. He's been in a breach since the day he went out and said what he said on Saturday, but he's officially in a breach as of yesterday. He has a cure period. There are certain things that he needs to do, and he has multiple breaches, not just one.
Now here's the thing, this is not the first time Floyd has been in this situation, not even close. Back in 2010, there was a $7.2 million lien. In 2015, right after that massive Pacquiao fight, the IRS came knocking with a $22 million lien. Floyd actually told the IRS his money was tied up and he couldn't pay right away. He eventually cleared it using his Conor McGregor fight money in 2017. Then, in 2023, a U.S. tax court judge ordered him to pay $5.5 million in tax problems, plus another $1.1 million in penalties, all related to a $14 million tax deduction that got thrown out. So the pattern is very clear. Big fight money comes in, taxes don't get paid, IRS files a lien, Floyd waits for the next big fight to pay it off. Rinse and repeat. But this time, things are different, and that's where it gets really interesting. A few months back, Business Insider published a deep investigation into Floyd's finances. We're talking hundreds of pages of real court documents, property records, loan papers, and legal filings. No rumors, no guessing, just cold, hard public records. And what those records showed was not pretty. Floyd borrowed around $54 million from a lender named Don Hankey. The interest rate was about 9%. To secure that loan, he put up 14 homes, his Las Vegas strip club called Girl Collection, and his private Gulfstream jet as collateral. That means if he misses payments, all of those things are at risk at the same time. There were also 2 commercial property foreclosures. His strip club owed over $52,000 in unpaid property taxes. His Las Vegas mansion, yes, the mansion, had a lien placed on it for not paying a trash collection bill. In New York, a luxury apartment building sued him for over $330,000 in unpaid rent, with the total claim crossing $515,000. A Texas company sued him for $137,000 in unpaid jet fuel bills. His Gulfstream jet had a $358,000 lien on it for maintenance work. A car dealership sued him over an unpaid Mercedes-Maybach G-Wagon worth around $1.2 million. Jewelry companies are also suing him for millions in unpaid watches and gold items.
That's including several residential homes and a strip club in Las Vegas, were used as collateral for debt Mayweather owes to billionaire financier Don Hankey. Since the beginning of the year, Mayweather has paid some of the debt reported by Business Insider, including a trash bill and property taxes for his strip club.
Trash bill.
Mayweather's attorney previously told Business Insider that he is not experiencing financial strain. "I just be minding my business," the boxer wrote in the caption of a November Instagram post that showed him seated in a private jet, wedged between pieces of Louis Vuitton luggage, the table in front of him stacked with bricks of cash. Note: Floyd Mayweather filed a defamation lawsuit against Business Insider in connection with a previous story about Mayweather's real estate investments. The case is pending, and BI stands by its reporting.
And keep in mind, back in 2021, Floyd sat in front of cameras and said,
I'm financially set. I want to let everybody know this. He said in 2021, every property I have is paid for. My jet paid for. All my cars is paid.
That was 2021. By 2025, the records tell a completely different story. Now, Floyd's response to all of this? He sued Business Insider for $100 million, claiming they printed false information. Business Insider stood by every word, saying all of it came from public records anyone can look up. He also filed a massive $340 million lawsuit against Showtime, claiming his former team helped steal his money over the years. His argument is essentially, I'm not broke because of bad decisions. Other people took what was mine. Showtime denied everything. And just weeks after filing that lawsuit, Floyd announced he was coming out of retirement to fight Manny Pacquiao again.
You know, that's purpose of exhibition that was long time ago, year after our first fight, but I didn't agree. And then I wanted a real fight, so he signed what I signed. He signed a real fight, and I signed a real fight, and he got his advance. So there's no reason to mix excuses of that. So that's the truth.
Now that is where this story really takes off. Netflix announced the rematch for September 19th, 2026 at the Sphere in Las Vegas, a professional fight. On the record, Floyd's 50-0 on the line. Fans lost their minds. The first fight between these two in 2015 was the biggest pay-per-view in boxing history, over 4 million buys. So a rematch? Massive. But then Floyd went in front of cameras and said something that stopped everyone in their tracks. He said this fight is not actually a fight, it's an exhibition. He said it 3 times in the same statement. He talked about how he's been doing exhibitions with Mike Tyson, one in Greece, and said he just wants to have fun and entertain people.
Well, as of right now, we don't know exactly where the fight is going to be at. We don't know the location of the fight. The Sphere is one of the places that they talked about. So we don't know if it's 100% going to be there. And this is not actually a fight, it's an exhibition.
Okay.
So we're going to do it again, and hopefully we're going to entertain the people.
Right. And as far as that, you know, what's it going to be like fighting him again, you know, like 11 years later now?
It's just, you know, like I never really took any abuse, you know, in the sport of boxing. You know, still extremely healthy, work out every day. And, you know, I got an exhibition with Mike Tyson also, another exhibition in Greece. So if I'm just sitting at home and I'm just working out every day, spending time with my grandson and spending time with my children, I said, why not go out, have a little fun, entertain, and put on some exhibition.
Now here's the problem with that. Jazz Mathieu, the CEO of Manny Pacquiao Promotions, came out and said, hold on, this was never an exhibition, not once. There were 3 separate contracts signed on 3 different dates, October 24th, November 6th, and December 14th. All 3 say professional fight. All 3 were signed by Floyd, and Floyd got paid for signing each one of them. Jazz also confirmed that Floyd had already taken an 8-figure cash advance on his fight purse. That means Floyd got tens of millions of dollars up front, using the Netflix deal as the collateral for a loan. And then he went on camera and called the whole thing an exhibition. Jazz didn't hold back. He said he definitely knew what he was signing, he definitely knew what he was getting himself into, but things just got real. He also revealed that Floyd's own management team was physically at the Sphere with Netflix and the production team doing a full site check. They were there. They saw everything. They knew it was a professional fight. Ring Magazine's Mike Coppinger also confirmed that Floyd's public statements directly contradict Netflix's official announcement and that Floyd is officially in breach of contract.
Yeah, Max, so Mayweather threw some cold water on any excitement for the fight with Manny Pacquiao in September when last week he did an interview and said that it's not going to be a real fight, it's going to be an exhibition and not necessarily going to be at the Sphere. And Max, that really puzzled me because this wasn't just reporting. Netflix, a multi-billion-dollar company, officially announced that this would be a real fight at the Sphere. So earlier this morning, I spoke to Jazz Mathieu, who is the CEO of Manny Pacquiao Promotions, and he said it is absolutely a real fight. There's a signed contract. Mayweather signed it. It's in there. that it's a real fight that'll count on their records, and it's going to be at the Sphere. So I'm not sure what Floyd is talking about. I don't know if Floyd got bad advice, but he's contracted, so it would be a breach if not. I don't see him turning down a major payday over this, but we'll bear watching. And also, I'm told that further to that, Pacquiao has no interest in this if it's not a real.
Meanwhile, Manny Pacquiao kept it very simple when asked about this. He said,
Is that what he's feeling? But he signed a real fight.
So it's for sure.
Yes, the contract we signed is a real fight.
Real fight, okay. Yeah, because I know he said
I want to fight an exhibition.
No exhibition. It's either real fight or not.
Yeah, it's a real fight. Yeah.
and Manny is not just talking, he's training like a man on a mission. We're talking 30 to 36 rounds every single day, 8-ounce gloves, 147 pounds, the exact setup for a real, fast, dangerous professional fight. Now think about why Floyd would do this. His 50-0 record is everything to him. It's his whole identity. An exhibition doesn't go on your record. If he loses a professional fight to Pacquiao right now, that perfect record is gone forever. And Floyd is 49 years old. The risk is real.
Yo, what's up, guys? I wasn't going to do a clapback, but all the news on Mayweather Pacquiao potentially falling apart. I mean, I have to say this. Mayweather, come on, dude. Fight a real fight. You're still trying to protect your O? Yes, you're 50-0 on paper, but people know you've lost. Shit, your own father said you lost against me back when we fought. And what's crazy is that people don't know that we had a rematch clause for 1 year. And what do? Your pussy ass retires for 1 year and 1 day. Bro, ever since I got beat up by Manny Pacquiao in my last fight, I've wanted to fight every single day, but I couldn't because I wasn't right. Physically, emotionally, I just wasn't right. All that depression, all that shit that I had within my spirit. But now these last 5 years, I've put in the work, man. Woo! I did a lot of work and I feel happy. I feel at peace. And you know what? A man at peace is a dangerous fucking man. I can fucking take on King Kong if I want and beat his ass. Shit, I'll even fight Jake Paul. Let's go.
But here's the thing, he already took the money. You can't take tens of millions of dollars, sign 3 contracts saying it's a professional fight, and then show up on camera calling it an exhibition. That's not how it works. Not with Netflix, not with Manny Pacquiao Promotions, and certainly not in a court of law. Jazz Matthew summed it up perfectly. He said, he loves to tell people don't do bad business, but this is as high as it gets on the ladder of doing bad business. This is not the first time Floyd has pulled something like this either. There's the Logan Paul situation, where he reportedly still owes Logan $1 million. There's the story in Dubai, where he took money from investors for an exhibition and things went sideways. Even at the Daishi fight, reportedly he demanded extra payment at the venue or he wasn't going to fight. Oscar De La Hoya has been saying for years that Floyd was heading in this direction. Back in 2018, he said publicly,
Another reason why he's crawled out of his rock, he needs money. Fighters like that always go broke. He's always spending. Absolutely. Look, he's not fighting anymore, so that big money's not coming in. Look at what happened to Mike Tyson. He made what, $500 million?
That was 2018. People laughed it off, but the paper trail that exists today, the liens, the lawsuits, the foreclosures, the unpaid bills, paints a picture that matches exactly what De La Hoya was saying 8 years ago. His former accountant, Dave Hall, even said Mayweather spent heavily without ever setting aside enough to cover his taxes, and the people who used to manage his money, his manager, Al Heyman, his promotion CEO, even his uncle and trainer, Roger Mayweather, who passed away in 2020, they're all gone now. The guardrails are off.
Dave Hall, Mayweather's accountant in early 2000, said Mayweather spent heavily without setting aside enough to pay his taxes.
Las Vegas attorney Mark Trados, who worked with Floyd during his career, said it simply. He said,
and Legal Matters told the Business Insider, when you've got professionals that are doing the right thing for you, you're a little bit better protected. When you're out there on your own, your protection is dropped.
Right now, Floyd is fighting on every single front. The IRS wants $7.3 million. Netflix and Pacquiao's team say he's in breach of contract. His gyms are closing. His properties are being foreclosed. His jets and cars have liens. And he's in a $340 million lawsuit against Showtime at the same time. The man who called himself Money Mayweather is currently in a war, not inside a boxing ring, but in courtrooms, tax offices, and loan documents. And unlike the ring, there's no referee to save him when things get bad.